The story starts with a spaceship capturing an organic object, and they return to the station where humans cut it with a laser. Then, we are introduced to a girl named Rain, who is witnessing a sunset in her dream. She woke up by the ship's announcement, calling the workers to report as the ship was starting in 10 minutes. Andy came and joked to make Rain laugh, but she was not in the mood as she had a due rent of 3 months. Rain went to the office of Jackson's Star Mining Colony, where she asked for her travel permit for Ivaga as she had completed her quota, but unfortunately, the company had increased the quota from 12,000 hours to 24,000 hours, and she got transferred into mines, which means she can't leave this colony until 4 to 5 years. Meanwhile, Andy got beaten by punks, and Rain saved him. She used a key to fix him through his neck, and he got fixed. She received a call from her friend Tyler, who invited her to his place for something important, especially instructing her to bring Andy. Rain with Andy reaches Tyler's place, where she meets Kay and Tyler cousins. Tyler told his last night's story that while he was unloading a cargo ship, his ship got a signal from a decommissioned ship, and Navarro analyzed it, which showed that the ship has cryopods. After all, he suggests that they don't have to wait for a travel permit that the company wouldn't give them. Tyler and his cousins have planned to steal the necessary items they needed to travel to the Ivaga from that ship. They asked Rain for her help and, more importantly, Andy to help them get into the ship, as he is the Weyland-Yutani synthetic human who knew machine language and could access systems, including the opening gates of the ship. Rain hesitates to join them or send Andy, and Bjorn calls Andy an old junk instead of his brother. Rain left the place in anger with Andy, but Tyler stops her and apologizes, speaking the truth that he doesn't want to die like his parents here. Neither does she, and she agrees, convinced by Tyler's explanation. They sit in the ship, and Navarro handles the controls. Within minutes, they get out into space, witnessing their sun's beautiful rays. They went close to their target, which was not a ship, but a station that was about to be hit by the asteroid belt in the next 36 hours. Taking the risk, Tyler, Bjorn, and Andy went into the ship. Andy makes way for them by opening the gate. By going through a narrow passage in the station, they managed to power on the station with Andy's help. When Tyler checked for the fuel, it was insufficient, and the plan seemed to fail. But he said no to going back and went to the station on the other side looking for cryofuel. Bjorn misbehaved with Andy, and Navarro told him the reason behind his behavior is that his mum died in the mine due to the decision of Weyland-Yutani synthetic human, which saved 12 people's lives by sacrificing 3 people. Navarro captured cryopods from the station and went to check it. Kay vomits, and Rain suggests she rest. Tyler got more than sufficient fuel, but Bjorn's hand got chilled by cryofuel, which activates the emergency system, and the gate got locked, and Andy was unable to open the door because of no pass. Rain and Navarro came to the ship for help. Rain found a Weyland-Yutani synthetic human, and she picked out its chip to transfer its database to Andy to open the gate. She gave the chip to Tyler to replace Andy's chip, and Andy started rebooting. The temperature starts to increase, and a living being jumps into the water. Tyler feels something in the water, and Bjorn falls into the water, claiming something is in the water. A creature attacks Tyler's face, but Bjorn gives shock to it while outside. Rain is trying to break the door. The creature is about to attack Tyler, but Andy grabs it and throws it into the wall. Andy opens the door and they run, being chased by the unknown creatures. The door gets closed, but one creature comes out and sticks to Navarro's face, choking her neck. Rain instructs Bjorn to stop pulling the creature, and Tyler takes Bjorn back. Andy suggests powering on that melted synthetic human Rook, and they ask him the way to save Navarro while he responds to run away or kill Navarro, showing empathy. Rook tells them this creature is putting a seed inside her body, through which it would grow through her body. The creature Xenomorph and its clone have killed the crew. The station got destroyed by the acid of Xenomorphs, which was in their vein instead of blood. Xenomorph has no effect on food and oxygen, while Rook has sealed the left Xenomorph clones, but it was already late. Rain suggests freezing the Xenomorph's tail, and Andy finds it a suitable way. The idea works, and on freezing, the parasite loses its grip. Bjorn throws it away and Tyler scares it with Cairo fuel. Navarro wakes up in fear, and Rook says she is not fine, which means Parasitoid has done its job. Rook suggests Andy help them, and he stops Navarro from going to the ship, but Bjorn gives a shock to Andy, pushing him aside. Navarro and Bjorn ran into the ship and undocked it. Andy tries to play his responsibility, stopping Navarro, but fails in his attempt. She left his mates behind, but soon from her chest a creature came out different from the last one, and she died, leading to the ship crashing into the station hangar. Due to a ship crash, the station is shifted from its orbit, which changes its collision time from an asteroid from 36 hours to 47 minutes, putting them into a challenging situation. Rook gives Andy a new purpose to complete Rook's mission, and he says to follow him. Andy said parasitoids don't have eyes, and they use body temperature and sound to chase their prey. Rain suggests increasing the corridor temperature to body temperature to hide from the parasitoids. Kay meets Bjorn, and he tries to kill the xenomorph by shock, but he gets attacked by acid and dies there. Andy suggests remaining calm as tension rises the body temperature, and taking the risk, they start passing through the corridor. While passing, Tyler got a call from Kay, and he told her to see the key around. They start running, and parasitoids chase them off, but Tyler distracts them with a red light, and Andy closes the door at the right time. Kay was stuck inside. Tyler noticed her at the door and asked Andy to open the door, but he stopped seeing a giant xenomorph. Rain and Tyler requested him to open the door, but soon Kay was got by the giant xenomorph. Rain slaps Andy and asks if he remembers his purpose, which is to do what is right for Rain. But he has a new purpose, which is to serve the company for its benefit. Rain wants to take out the chip, but Andy doesn't let her do so. Andy tells the plan that he will bring the compound to Jackson and stay there while Rain Tyler can leave for Ivaga. They get into the lab, where Andy on Rook's orders explains to them that their colonies are dying due to rising temperatures and diseases, as humans are not made to live in space. Rook explains that the purpose of this station is to make humans stronger beings who can control their own metabolism. He told me that parasitoids are clones he built with xenomorph DNA. He found a fluid inside them through which he made xenophol, which, once injected into a being, its DNA changes and becomes a complete being that may live like xenomorph. Andy will take the compound that Rook is tracking. As they get the compound into the ship, he will open the dock gate, and the ship will take them to Jackson Colony on autopilot. They are about to leave, but Rain notices on camera that Xenomorph has laid a trap for them, and Andy suggests a new plan by giving them guns. Tyler taught Rain to use the gun, which locked the aim on its own and the target never missed. Although Andy instructs them not to use the gun as Xenomorph has acid-induced blood, which can melt the station, the motive of the gun is to scare them. When they reach the way, it is found to be a nest of Xenomorph, and Rain suggests finding another way. Tyler hears Kay and finds her alive, taking her down. When Andy is asked for help, he suggests injecting xenophol, as rat DNA is 25% similar to humans, and it's successful on rats. Rain stops Tyler from injecting it, and soon xenomorphs start coming. They run, but before entering the lift, a xenomorph is about to attack Rain, and Tyler saves Rain by becoming prey for the xenomorph. Andy also got a hit and fell aside while Rain took Kay in the lift. Rain suggests Kay take the compound to the ship and lay down in the cryopod while Rain comes to take Andy. Rain comes back and changes Andy's chip, but the lift door is closed by Rook. Rain asks for help, but Rook rejects her request to save the compound, and Andy is unable to open the door. Kay reaches the ship safely, and Rook forces her to click the remote button as she waits. Rain got the idea to switch off the gravity generator and was ready with the gun to kill xenomorphs. She killed a lot of xenomorphs and parasitoids while Andy was navigating her. Acid spreads everywhere, but they manage to get out of there in a lift path without gravity. A xenomorph holds Rain, but she shoots it with a gun, which throws her in an unintended way. Gravity generators get on, and the acid drops on the floor start melting the ship. Rain is about to grab Andy's hand, but gravity pulls her down, picked by a xenomorph. Rain gets a chance as the ship gets a hole, and she is trying to get up as a group of xenomorphs is behind her. Andy drops the lift off, and a bunch of xenomorphs get killed by it, and the hole also gets blocked, stopping the succession. A xenomorph and parasitoid left and were about to attack Rain, but Andy shot down both. There were only 10 seconds left for the station to collide with asteroids, but they managed to get into the ship. Rain starts the ship and leaves the station just before it gets fully destroyed. Rain put Kay in the cryopod and switched off the autopilot. Rain uses the same words as Rook, saying she has to reject his request. Rain put batteries into Andy, and she is taking him to Ivaga, whether she has to go to jail as synthetic humans are not allowed there. Rain got a cryopod alert, and she witnessed Kay giving birth to an alien xenomorph. She took it to throw in space, but on the way it fell, and until she took cryo fuel to freeze it fell down, melting the surface. Rain went down to kill it, but found only the shell filled with acid and its footprints. Andy wakes up by an emergency alarm and tries to save Kay, but Alien pushes it aside with his strange substance. Rain comes up, hearing the sound, and finds Andy hurt. She moves towards the alien carefully, which has already consumed Kay, and her cryofuel sprinkler doesn't work. She seems at a critical spot, but the cryofuel tank bursts, and due to light, Alien gets stuck. Rain tries to take Andy, but it shuts down, and she comes into the room and closes the gate. The ship temperature becomes critically low, and she wears the suit. The alien is trying to get in. She gets the idea to drop the cargo and go down to pull the levers, Before she pulled the last lever, the alien came behind, and she dropped the acid to throw it into space by vacuum. She evacuates, but as she comes up, the alien catches her. She pulls the rope that is bound to the last lever that drops the cargo, and the alien drops down with it. Rain comes up, puts Andy in the cryopod, and also sleeps in the cryopod. She is the one and only member left of the Corbelan crew, and with it, the movie ends.